Hi everyone, my name's Nicole. I'm joining you from Wichita, Kansas with your yoga flow on Genesis Go. For today's class, you'll just need an open space in your home, a yoga mat if you have one available. If the hamstrings tend to be a little tight or need some extra help, you can always use a bare space on your wall to help ease yourself into some poses, or a chair or an extra table. But all of these poses will be able to be modified for your needs at home and will be accessible to all. So let's get started. Finding a comfortable seat on your mat. Not worrying too much about anything too formal just yet. Just giving yourself time to settle in and observe where the body is starting today. As you sit here, observe the breath as it comes into the chest, expands the sides of the waist. And as you exhale, notice how the body softens and releases. Breathing here, smooth breath in, feel the body lift and expand. As you exhale, feel the body soften and release. One more round. Smooth breath in. And smooth breath out. On the next breath in, blink the eyes open, sweep the arms up, rolling the shoulders open. Exhale to bring the hands down toward the heart. Take the right hand beside you. Reach the left arm over, gentle pressure into the right hand, lengthening through the left side of the waist, pressing down through both sitting bones, either looking toward the side of the hip or looking underneath the arm as you breathe here, lengthening through the side of the neck. Stay here as you exhale. Bend the elbow, bring the shoulders upright, take a breath in, sweep both arms up, look up. Hands come down toward the heart to release. Let's do the other side, taking the left hand beside you, sweeping the right arm over, gentle pressure into the left hand, pressing down through both sitting bones so the waist stays level, either looking toward the side of the hip or looking underneath the right arm, lengthening through the right side of the neck, taking a breath in here, staying here as you exhale. Bending the elbow, bringing the shoulders upright. Take a breath in, sweep both arms up, look up. And hands come down to the heart to release. Okay, so this left leg will stay where it is. Gentle twisting to start. Sole of the right foot comes to the mat. Your left hand will come to the front of the shin. Right hand comes behind you, rotating toward the inside of your right thigh. Think of pulling the right knee, the left shoulder toward one another, so opposite sides of the body. Shoulders stay level, either looking toward the wall in front of you or turning to look over the back shoulder. Stay here, take a breath in. As you exhale, twist more deeply. And then unwind, bring the body back to center, switch the cross of the legs. Now before we twist into the other side, I want you to bring the chin in toward the chest. The back of the neck is long. Walk the hands forward. Keep pressing down through both sitting bones. Both hands press. Head hangs down in between the upper arms to stretch and release the upper back. Let the chest soften away from the chin. Feel the low back expand as you breathe. Chest softens as you exhale. Walk the hands back toward you so the shoulders come upright. Take the sole of the left foot onto the mat now. Right leg will stay as it is. Right hand comes to the shin, left hand comes beside the hip to help you rotate. Thinking of squeezing the left knee toward the opposite shoulder. Opening up the space across the middle of the back, the spine stacks on top of each segment of the spine stacks on top of itself as we rotate. Stay here, take a breath in. Stay here as you exhale, twisting more deeply. unwind, come back to center, cross the legs. One more time, take a breath in, arms sweep up, and hands come down to the heart to release. All right, let's come over onto hands and knees, our tabletop position. And palms are flat, fingers gently spread, your knees are underneath the hips, toes and shins go straight back. Start by looking between the hands so the neck stays long. And then we'll move through one round of cat-cow, letting the abdomen and chest sink down toward the mat, looking forward as you breathe in. Exhale, round the back, look toward the thighs as you reach the spine up, with the head hanging in between the arms, neck is long. Inhale to find your neutral spine, your flat back. Step one foot back and the other to plank. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Keep the knees very bent in the beginning. Then we'll bend one knee, reach through the opposite heel. Bend the other knee, reach through the opposite heel. And 2 more times each side, just bringing a little bit of movement into the legs. Try to keep the hips and the shoulders centered as you do this. And level out your downward facing dog. Your knees can stay bent, heels can stay lifted. And then shift forward, lower yourself down. You're going to come all the way flat onto the mat. Toes point back, hands beside the ribs. Cobra pose, breathe in as you lengthen the front of the body, look forward. Lower down on the exhale. Press up hands and knees, tabletop. Knees come wide, big toes come together. Sit back toward the heels for child's pose. Chin comes in toward the chest. Forehead releases. Shoulders open, sides of the waist are long. Stay here, feel the back expand as you breathe in. Front of the ribs soften toward the thighs as you exhale. And lift the hips away from the heels. Come forward to that hands and knees position. So back at our tabletop, again, another round of cat-cow. You let the abdomen and chest sink down as you look forward. Exhale to round the back, look toward the thighs as you reach the spine up. Good. Neutral spine, your flat back, looking between the hands. Step one foot back and the other to your plank. Hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Again, pedaling out the down dog. Try and keep the hips centered so you aren't shifting side to side or twisting. Even things out. And then shift forward to lower the knees. And lower the chest, come all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet, toes point straight back, cobra pose. Keep the neck long, shoulders are wide. Lower down on the exhale. Press up hands and knees, tabletop. Knees come wide, big toes come together, child's pose to sit back. Feel the hips soften back. Front of the ankles, the shins are relaxed. And come forward, hands and knees. Step the right foot forward, we'll come into a low lunge. So you can use the hand to help the foot come into position. We just want that front foot flat. Hands will come to the top of the thigh to lift the shoulders away from the mat. Both legs are active, so the back of the right thigh is working to help take pressure out of that left knee, left hip. As you feel stable, sweep the arms up. Take a breath in. Palms can face one another. Maybe the palms come to touch. And just noticing where you are starting. Breathing, being patient with the body. Lower the hands down. Curl the back toes. So you can step this right foot over to the side if that helps for your plank position. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog, opening through the front of the shoulders. Finding space between the sides of the neck, the arms. Shift forward, lower both knees down to the mat. Step the left foot forward, coming into the low lunge on this side. You can walk the toes forward as much as you need. Hands will come to the top of the thigh, lifting the shoulders away from the mat. Finding your stability here. And if the hands need to stay on the leg, that's okay. Both legs are active. Back of the left thigh lifts to take pressure off of the right knee. Arms can sweep as you're ready. Palms either face one another or they can come to touch. Keep the breathing smooth and steady. A little bit of wobbling is okay. The muscles are warming up. And lower both hands down to the mat. Back toes curl, slide to your plank position. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And adjust the hands, the feet. Full cycle of breath. And bending the knees. Walk the feet to meet the hands, top of the mat. And bend the knees further so the hands come to the shins. Lengthen your spine, find a flat back, so you're looking about 3-4 feet in front of the toes. Fold forward on the exhale, bring the abdomen to the thighs, knees stay bent. Inhale to lengthen, finding your flat back. Walk your hands up the legs, roll the shoulders back as you lift, arms sweep up, take a breath in. Hands come down to the heart to release. We'll move through our flow. Take a breath in, arms sweep up, you look up. Exhale to fold, arms sweep back as you lower down, soften the knees. Take a breath in, find your flat back. Step one foot back from the other to your plank position. Shift forward, lower all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet, toes point back, cobra pose, breathing in. Lower down on the exhale. Press up hands and knees. Curl the toes, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. A nice even pressure through the palms. The legs and arms are working together here. Keeping the hips high, reach the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Step the right foot to the hands, left knee lowers. We're coming to that low lunge. So find your foundation, shoulders lift away from the mat. Take a breath in, arms sweep up. I'll find my words here eventually. And breathe here, lengthening through the sides of the waist. Lower the hands down toward the heart. Take your right hand to the top of the thigh, left fingertips come down to the mat. Right foot walks over slightly to rotate. Opening up through the shoulders. Hand can stay on the front of the thigh, or the right arm can reach as you're ready. Breathing here. Nice. Unwind. Find your way to plank. Your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Plank to chaturanga, all the way flat. Tops of the feet for cobra or upward facing dog. Finding your back bend of choice. Downward facing dog as you're ready. Hips lift up and back, head releases. Taking a moment. Nice. From here, inhale, left leg reaches, three-legged dog. Left foot steps to the hands, right knee lowers, coming to our low lunge. Hands come to the top of the thigh to help you lift. Both arms sweep as you're ready. Breathing in this position. Just lower the hands down to the heart. The left hand will come to the top of the thigh, right hand comes down to the mat. Turning the torso toward the left side of the room. Hand can stay on the thigh or left arm can reach. Breathe here. It's long through the sides of the neck. Jaws relax. Unwind. Find your way to plank pose. Your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Smooth and steady on each transition. We'll meet back downward facing dog. Take a moment to reset. And then bending the knees, your choice. Walk or hop, feet to meet the hands. I'm walking. Breathe in, find your flat back. Fold forward on the exhale. Breathe in, arms sweep as you rise. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. All right, we'll start to loosen up the hamstrings a bit further. Take a breath in, sweep the arms up. Fold forward on the exhale. Hands can come to the tops of the shins and knees can stay bent if you aren't able to make your way down to the mat. Take a breath in, find your flat back. Now a little bit of a different transition here. Your right foot will stay where it is, fingertips are down. Left foot steps back, so you're in a high lunge, knee is not down. Now your back knee will bend and your front leg will straighten, so we come into this hamstring stretch. We'll transition through this 2 more times. Bend the right knee, straighten the back leg. Bend the back knee, straighten the right leg. 1 more time. Bend the right knee, straighten the back leg. Bend the back knee, straighten the right leg. Come back to that lunge, slide to plank. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Notice the difference between the sides here. Then inhale, reach the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Right foot steps to the hand, left knee lowers. We're coming back to our lunge. Last time with this, hands come to the top of the thigh, arms sweep as you're ready. On this one, let's take the hands behind the back, elbows bend, and you can just focus on pulling the elbows back towards center. That will help open up the front of the shoulders. If it feels okay on the shoulders, the elbows, you can begin to straighten the arms, reaching the knuckles toward the back leg, opening up through the front of the chest. 1 more breath here. Release the hands, reach both arms up, take a breath in. And from here, we're stepping to the top of the mat. So hands lower down, curl the back toes, push off the back toes and fold forward. Breathe in, find your flat back. Fold forward on the exhale. Breathe in, both arms sweep as you rise. Come all the way up. And hands come down to the heart. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Breathe in, sweep both arms up. Exhale to fold, arms sweep back as you lower down. Take a breath in here, find your flat back. Bending the knees, this time left foot stays forward, right foot steps back, so you're in this high lunge. Back knee is lifted. So you can look toward that front foot if that feels better on the neck. From here, feet stay as they are, you're just bending the back leg, straightening the front leg. Left leg is straight now. And then bending the left knee, reaching through the back leg. We're back to that lunge. 2 more times like this. Bending the back knee, straightening the left leg. Straightening the back leg as you bend the left knee. 1 more time. Front leg straightens, back knee bends. Left knee bends as the back leg straightens. We're back to that lunge. Slide your left foot back to your plank. Hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Adjust the hands, the feet, set your foundation. And inhale, left leg reaches, 3-legged dog. Step the left foot to the hand, you're in your high lunge. From here, we're stepping to the top of the mat, pushing off your back foot, fold forward. Breathe in, find your flat back. Fold forward on the exhale. Breathe in, both arms sweep as you rise. Good. Hands come down to the heart. All right, we skipped that shoulder opener, didn't we? We're gonna come back to it. Step back. So now you already have gotten to practice this lunging. Lower the back knee. So low lunge with the left leg, bring the shoulders upright. We'll fix this. Take a breath in, arms sweep up. All right, from here, hands come back behind the back. I knew something wasn't feeling right. Fingers clasp, elbows pull back. And then your choice, you can stay here just opening up the shoulders. You can lengthen the arms away from you, straightening the elbows, lifting through the front of the chest. Breathe here. Nice. Release the hands, reach both arms up. Take a breath in. And now we'll fold forward. Lower the hands down. Push off the back foot, fold forward. Take a breath in, your flat back. Fold forward on the exhale. Breathe in, arms sweep as you rise. Palms turn up, shoulders lift. Good, hands come down to the heart. All right, let's take a break off of the shoulders. I'm going to grab a drink. Feel free to do so as well. We'll come into tree pose from here and work on our balance just a bit. We'll start with the right leg staying down. You'll bend the left knee. Left knee turns out at a bit of an angle rather than all the way over to the side of the room, so more to probably the corner of your mat. You can just use the toes as a kickstand. That's one option. Or bringing the foot to the inside of the shin, maybe the inside of the thigh. The hand can help. Just try not to put any pressure on the knee. Hands can come in front of you. Both arms can reach as you're ready. A little bit of wobbling is okay. Think gentle wobbles. One more breath. Slowly bring everything back to center. Lower the foot down. And take a breath in. Sweep both arms up, look up. Hands come down toward the heart to release. All right, let's do the other side. Starting with the hands on the hips. Your left leg will stay down this time. Right knee turns out at an angle. Toes as a kickstand. Or foot to the inside of the shin. Maybe the hand helps the foot come up to the inner thigh. You'll find that one side is more cooperative than the other. Just being patient. Giving yourself the same amount of time on the side. Hands can come in front of you. Arms can reach. Smooth and steady. Nice job, everyone. Slowly bring things back to center. And lower the foot down. Take a breath in, both arms sweep. Hands come to the heart to release. I'm going to step back to the top of the mat. We'll step into warrior two from here. So your right foot will stay forward, left foot steps back. Your right toes, right knee are pointing straight forward. Back leg is straight, toes either point toward the side of the mat or they're at a little bit of an angle. Arms will come out beside you at shoulder height, palms are down. You're looking over the right fingertips. Breathing here, pressing down firmly through both feet. Both legs are active. Lower the back hand, flip the right palm to reverse your warrior. Lengthening through the right side of the waist. An extended side angle, your right elbow will come to the top of the right thigh. We will come back to this one. Left arm will reach up so the shoulders stack, palm faces the side of the room. Shoulders stack on top of one another, either looking toward the front foot, the wall in front of you, or if you want to challenge the balance, looking up toward the top hand. One more breath here. Good job. Take the hand to the hip. Pull back through that left shoulder to bring the body upright for warrior two. Take the hands to the hips, turn both feet toward the side of the mat, heel toe things back to center, and then step to the top of the mat. Breathe in, sweep the arms up. This time turn the palms toward the wall in front of you, cactus the arms, elbows bend to open up the chest. Inhale, both arms reach, hands come down to the heart. Let's do the left side. Left foot will be forward. Right foot steps back. Hands can start on the hips as you adjust the feet. The left toes and knee are pointing straight forward. Right leg is straight. Toes either point to the side of the mat or at a little bit of an angle. Arms come out beside you, shoulder height. Warrior two. Looking over the front fingertips. Feeling strong in the legs. Last breath here. Lower the back hand, flip the left palm to reverse your warrior, lengthening through the left side of the waist. Extended side angle, right hand starts on the hip. As you lean forward, left elbow comes to the top of the thigh. Right hand can stay on the hip, or right arm can reach. Palm faces the wall that you're turning toward. Keep pressing down through the right foot. That's going to help provide stability, take pressure out of the front leg. One more breath here. Pulling the right shoulder back, bring the shoulders upright. Find your warrior two. And then take the hands to the hips, turn both feet toward the side of the mat, heel toe things back to center. Step to the top of the mat. Take a breath in, both arms sweep. Same thing for the arms. You're turning the palms toward the wall in front of you, cactusing the arms, the elbows bend, the chest lifts. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale to bring the hands down to the heart. We'll flow through our warrior sequence. Breathe in, arms sweep up. Exhale to fold the arms sweep back as you lower down. Take a breath in, find your flat back. Step the feet back to move through your vinyasa. We'll all meet back downward facing dog. You can also go straight back down dog if the shoulders need a break. Find your back bend. We'll all meet back down dog. Breathe here. Adjust the legs, the hands as you need. Keeping the hips high, inhale to reach your right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the right foot to the hands, left heel spins, warrior two, windmill the arms open, palms are level with the shoulders. Lower the back hand, flip the right palm to reverse your warrior. Then extended side angles, you can come forward taking your right elbow to the top of the thigh, or hands can come down to the mat if you're able to get there. I will stay here for today. Turn your left palm up toward the ceiling, then reach the left arm all the way overhead. So you have this long line through the left side of the waist. Still pressing down through the left foot, that's going to help you find this length. Take another breath. And slowly pivot. Hand comes to the hip, look toward the right foot as you turn. Find your way to plank. Your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Smooth, steady breaths. We'll all meet back downward facing dog. Take a moment, reset. Fresh breath here. Inhale to reach the left leg up, three-legged dog. Left foot steps to the hands, right heel spins, warrior two. Position the feet as you need, looking over the left fingertips. Good job. Lower the right hand, flip the left palm to reverse. Take a breath in. Extended side angle. Right hand comes to the hip. Left elbow either to the top of the thigh or fingertips can come down to the mat. I'm going to stay here today. Your right palm will turn up and reach all the way over so you have to stretch through the side of the waist. Keep pressing down through the right foot, lengthening through the right side of the body. Breathing here, one more moment. Take the hand to the hip, slowly pivot, find your way to plank, your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Finding your back bend of choice. Only back downward facing dog. Take a moment, take a breath. And shift forward from here, lower the knees, lower the body all the way down to the mat. Let the forehead rest on the back of the hands, elbows go wide. Sliding the front of the ribs away from the face. Before we start lifting into our back bends, let's just work through the legs. You'll keep both knees straight. Lift the right leg so it hovers off of the mat. Toes point straight back. Your head can continue to rest on the hands. Lower the right foot down, left leg reaches back. So the leg muscles are lifting. Back and hips stay level. Lower the left foot down one more time each side. Right leg lifts. Right leg lowers. Both knees are straight. Left leg lifts. Left leg lowers. Now from here, chin comes to the mat. Both hands come back beside you. Palms are down. Feet will stay down this time as you lift the shoulders away from the mat. Arms reach back. Elbows are straight for your Shavasana pose. Breathing here. Sides of the body are long. Neck is long. Slowly lower down. The elbows roll out to the sides. One side of the face rests. Bring the chin back to center. Hands come back beside you. Elbows stay straight as you lift the shoulders away from the mat. Reach the arms back for that locust pose. And you can do the same thing with the legs, lifting one leg, lifting the other leg, lifting both legs. This feels nice for you today. Feeling the back of the body work as the front of the body lengthens. And slowly lower down, elbows roll out, opposite side of the face rest. Feel the back expand as you breathe. Bring the chin back to center. Take the hands beside you, press up hands and knees tabletop. And bring the knees wide, big toes come together, sit back toward the heels for child's pose. Allow the shoulders to soften down. Feel the space between the shoulders open. Come forward, hands and knees. Before we wind down too much, we'll thread the needle. You'll keep your left hand on the mat. Turn your right palm up toward the ceiling. So this left hand and arm are going to be lifting and lowering you down. Right palm turns up, gently lowering yourself down to the mat. Right shoulder, right side of the head rests. Left hand can stay in front of you, or left arm can walk forward. Palm is down to open up through the left side of the waist. The left arm is forward, inch it closer toward the body. The left hand will press to unwind you. Coming back to your starting position, hands and knees. Your right hand will stay down on the ground this time. Your right elbow is what is going to lift and lower you. Left palm turns up, slowly lowering down. Left shoulder comes to the mat, left side of the head rests. And then the right hand can stay in front of you, or right hand can begin to reach forward, opening up through the side of the waist. Breathe in here. Inching the right hand closer toward the body. Using the right hand to unwind, coming back hands and knees. And curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Observe the changes you've created. And bend the knees, walk the feet to meet the hands top of the mat. Take a breath in here, find your flat back. Fold forward on the exhale. Breathe in, both arms sweep as you rise, come all the way up. Hands come down to the heart. So we've opened up the backs of the legs, we've opened up the shoulders. We'll come into dancer pose from here. Start with both hands on the hips, and there's going to be just a little bit of a bend to both knees. Bend your right knee further so your heel comes toward your hip. You want to keep the knee straight down as you find either the outside of the foot, which can be easier on the shoulder, or the inside if you want to move further into this. I will choose the outside today. Left arm reaches. So rather than thinking about how close you can get toward the mat, I want you to think about reaching your right heel away from your body. That will begin to arch the back, and that will begin to tilt you forward. Find something that is not moving to fix the gaze on. About 5 or so feet in front of you. That's going to help keep the spine tall, the neck long. One more breath here. Slowly, legs slide back towards center. Bring the shoulders upright. Release both hands beside you. Take a moment. Breathe in, sweep both arms up. Find a bit of a back bend. Hands come down to the heart to release. We'll come into the other side. Staying just as patient with yourself on the second time. Hands coming to the hips. A little bit of a bend to the knees. You're bending the left leg further to bring the foot toward the hip. Hand can hold on to the outside of the foot, or shoulder can roll open for the inside. Find what works in your body today. Right arm will reach. And then to begin to open and lean into this pose, you'll reach the left leg back. That will begin to arch the back and tilt the body forward. Breathing here, you got it. Slide the legs back towards center. Release the hands down. Take a fresh breath. And breathe in, sweep both arms up. Find the back bend. Fold forward on the exhale, arms sweep back as you lower down. Take a breath in, find your flat back. Step the feet back to move through your final vinyasa. Take your time with each movement. Notice the changes. We'll all meet back at down dog. 3 breaths in this down dog. Feel the areas of the body that have become longer, where you have found more space. Shift forward, lower the knees. Come to a seated position from here. Both legs will reach forward. Switch over our music. Toes point straight up. For our forward fold, feet can be touching. For some people who have tightness in the low back or the hips, feet coming just a little bit apart or even bending the knees is a good option. You know better than I how the body feels today. Take a breath in, sweep the arms up. As you fold forward, you're lengthening the back, lengthening the sides of the waist, and the hands release down along the outside of the legs. So if you aren't able to reach the feet, you can hold on to the outside of the shins. You can also have the hands down on the mat to support the back. Finding length through the back of the neck. Feeling the front of the body soften. Back of the body lengthens. Walk yourself upright. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. Left toes will continue to point up, trying to keep the spine tall. Now, if you come into this and you feel like you're rolling back, That's where you can take the hands and use the hands to, I'll move this one outside, use the hands to kind of lengthen the low back and prop yourself up. You can even use the hands to help you lean forward. If you are not doing so, you'll breathe in, arms will sweep. Fold forward on the exhale. Think of reaching the inside of your right knee away from the torso, keeping the shoulders level. Lengthening through the back of the neck, let the jaw soften. Bring the shoulders upright, coming back to that seated position. Help the right knee come back to center. Both legs will straighten in between just to reset the body. And the left knee will bend. Sole of the left foot comes to the inside of the right thigh. Turning toward the straight leg, and you can use the hands to help tilt the body forward, lengthen the spine, or arms will sweep. Both arms reach. Shoulders level, reaching the inside of the left knee away from the torso. And the back of the right thigh open toward the mat, and have another breath here. Slowly bring yourself upright. Straighten both legs. One more forward fold. Take a breath in, both arms sweep. Fold forward on the exhale. Good work. From here, bring the shoulders upright. You'll bend the knees, come onto the back. Use the hands to help ease yourself back. The shoulders, the back of the head rest on the mat. The knees come in toward the chest. Do one twist on each side before we come into our final Shavasana. Arms tee out beside you, palms are down. Bring the feet down onto the mat. You'll shift onto the outside of the right hip. Bring both knees over toward the right. The chest stays open toward the ceiling. Keeping the back of the head light, there's a gentle curve to the back of the neck. Unwind, bring the legs back to center. Recenter the body with the mat. Then you'll shift onto the outside of the left hip. Bring both knees over toward the left. Shoulders stay open toward the ceiling. Back of the neck is soft. Unwind, bring things back to center. Recenter yourself with the mat. Hug both knees in toward the body. Then reach the legs long, arms reach overhead, taking a full body stretch. Your final Shavasana. Hands come out beside you, palms turn up. Legs come out wide, the feet roll out to the edges of the mat. Eyes move in the direction of the ceiling and the eyelids softly close. The whole goal of this pose is to allow yourself to be here in the stillness. Feeling how the breath moves in and out of the body. Feeling the tops of the shoulders melt down toward the mat. The sides of the waist, the hips slide down. The back of the body becomes heavy. The front of the body becomes light. Letting go of any remaining effort that you have in this moment. Beginning to bring your attention back into the room, bringing small movement to the fingers, the toes, rolling out the wrists, the ankles, bending the knees so the soles of the feet come onto the mat. Roll over toward the right side, right shoulder and hip come onto the ground. Use the hands to press yourself upright to a seated position. Palms come to touch in front of you. Eyes stay softly closed. So observing these changes that you created for yourself, both in the mind and in the body. Take a full breath in here, feel the chest expand and lift. As you exhale, chin comes in toward the chest, the shoulders release. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your yoga practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate your time, your trust, letting me come into your home and sharing your practice with you. If you'd like to see more of our yoga videos or any of our exercise videos, you can check out the Facebook page or the Genesis Go YouTube channel. We'll have more videos and workouts coming your way very soon. Thank you so much. Take care.